payment, nor will the agency call about taxes owed without first having mailed you a bill. They will not demand that you pay taxes without giving you the opportunity to question or appeal the amount they say they owe. They will not require you to use a specific payment method for your taxes, such as a prepaid debit card, or ask for your PayPal. Ask for credit or debit card numbers over the phone, or nor will they threaten to bring in local police or other law enforcement groups to have you arrested for not paying. So, again, when it comes to the IRS, you think, well, gosh, we don't want to mess with these guys. But again, they're going to email you. They're going to mail you something. They're not going to email you. They're not going to call you. So, and pretty much, I can say that across the board. Whoever calls you, whoever emails you, it's not someone that you directed, that you already contacted. There's probably a good chance that it's a fake, it's a scam. They're phishing. Okay, go ahead.
I'm luckier than everybody in this room. This morning I won a cruise to the Bahamas.
Awesome.
I forgot to ask him who it was because I don't know.
Some of them are so obvious, it's, but you think, well, maybe I got lucky. Maybe this one time. Maybe I did win the lottery, Okay, how hackers infiltrated banks. I added this because I wanted you to know how now banks have high security. They go through they have lots of software. They have firewalls. They have hardware and software firewalls. It's like different devices to keep out hackers and different things. So they use social networking. They'll actually call and do different things to try to get into the bank accounts. But this is interesting. This is a true story. Hackers send emails containing malware program called Scorcc to hundreds of banks' employees, hoping to infect a bank's administrative computer. So they'll find every bank in the United States and they'll start sending out this fake email. Maybe 5 banks out of 200,000 will bite. It's like when you throw your lure in the water. I mean, it's just like, a lot of fish look at it, they go off because they're smarter. They're older and they've been around. They've seen their friends get eaten. But then one young fish comes along and says, man, I'm really hungry. That looks really good. They bite. So it's why they call it phishing. Play on words, but it's still the same principle. Programs installed by the malware record keystrokes. It's a keystroke, a keylogger thing. They basically, so as they're typing all day long their passwords, it actually records every single character. And they take screenshots of the bank's computer so the hackers can learn bank procedures, learn how they do things. They also enable hackers to control the bank's computers remotely. The hackers seem to limit their theft to about $10 million before moving on to other banks to stay under the radar. So apparently banks have a $10 million threshold. Mine's a little lower than that. So they stole up to $1 billion from banks all over the world. So in other countries, they're doing it. They're just sending out massive scams. So they do it to organizations too, not just people. These guys are after money. Okay, go ahead. By mimicking the bank's procedures, they have learned hackers direct the bank's computers to steal money in a variety of ways. This is interesting. They transfer money into hackers' fraudulent bank accounts, usually overseas. They use e-payment systems to send money to fraudulent accounts overseas. And they direct ATMs to dispense money at set times and locations. So they can literally program those things to, at midnight at, Brandon Arsenal, spit me out, $300,000. I'll be there. So that's what they do. So they get a hold of the computers and they don't want to be caught, so they're very sly and they get under the radar and they try to just get this information in there and they look and see if they can get passwords and procedures, how banks do stuff. So again, the banks are supposed to have safeguards and they're getting caught by even their own systems. They're not as secure as they think. Okay, go ahead, Ron. Okay, your credit card. When you look at card activity, keep an eye out for micro charges. So small charges, $1 or $2. I've had this happen to me 5 or 6 times over the last 30 years. Though they're not going to try to go out and buy a TV the first time because they know you're going to catch that. They want to be able to continue to use your card. So they'll check and see if the card's valid. They'll try a $1 or $2 charge, or they'll buy a T-shirt somewhere. I've been hacked my credit card somehow. Somebody on Thanksgiving Day, it was in Australia. They called me, and I knew it was a holiday because it was Thanksgiving, but it's not a holiday for them. So the bank called me and said, someone's trying to buy gold with your credit card. I said, not me. So it was nice of them to call. They were doing it really for their benefit, but it was true. Somebody hacked my card. I've had my card hacked over in Britain. I buy a lot of equipment for different people that, you know, they got credit cards, you know, you're not liable, you know, even for, I haven't had to pay a penny of that. Now, debit cards, any money you have in your bank account, you will be. That's why I don't have a debit card, because you're liable for that money. So they'll pull all that money out of there, and you've lost it. So credit cards are pretty safe. But anyway, that's what they do. They try to charge small amounts, and then they see if they're valid, and they can sell them off to crooks for a premium. So a lot of times they won't even necessarily use them themselves, but they'll sell them off to someone else, and then they know they're good, legitimate numbers, and then they can go ahead and really try to do some damage. And they do it all within 24 hours and get lots and lots of money. So, okay. Here's the top 10 scams from that's not the Bits, Bytes, and Bugs. That's the Better Business Bureau. And there's the one my wife fell for. And some of these things they're pretty obvious, because they'll say you have to pay $200. Go to the bank and get a money order, mail it here, and so they want a little money. And typically, when you want any kind of prize at all, you don't have to pay for that. It's something that you shouldn't have to pay any money to get any kind of prize. So I'll just go through these quickly. Bait scam. This one takes many forms, but they take the biggest news of the day. So the most notorious of the past year was when the Malaysian airline plane, because everybody knew about that, they were following it. So they said, click here for video. And it might be celebrity images or fake news or other enticing stories to get you to unintentionally download malware. So they want you to click on their link, and they'll use whatever news is out. If it's something about Tiger Woods or something about, like when Robin Williams died, so they'll have these fake emails, and they'll try to get you to click on them. So you have to be careful when they come as an email. So if you get your stuff from Yahoo, as far as like the news, don't click on links. Go again to the source and get stuff. So if you want to find something out, Google it and find out that way. Go to legitimate sites. Don't just go to the back alley and try to get stuff this way through links that come through different emails to you. Robocall scam. I haven't heard of this one, but the notorious Rachel from Cardholder Services made a comeback in 2014. This scam claims to be able to lower your credit card interest rates and take personal information, including your credit card number, and then charges fees to your card. So has anybody heard of that one? Yeah. Okay, that's apparently number 8. Government grant scam. You get a call saying you have been awarded a government grant for thousands of dollars. It may even mention a program you've heard about in the news. All you have to do is collect your grant is pay a couple $100 in fees by wire transfer or a prepaid debit card. Again, nobody's gonna make you pay to get something else. Why would they give you thousands of dollars and charge you $200? Okay, those should be pretty obvious. Emergency scam, trying to get you to move quick. This one's sometimes called the grandparent scam, because it often preys on older consumers. You get a call or email from your grandchild, or it's not from them obviously, or other relative who was injured, robbed, or arrested while traveling overseas, and they need money now. I know we know about the famous, was it Africa, the guy that's in charge, the guy that's the president of Africa, and he's like, or somebody says, I got this $24 million and I'll split half of it with you if you, where it's like, really? Come on. But it's been going around for years. So they're getting more sophisticated. So you have to these are getting a little bit slicker. Okay, next 5. Medical alert scam. Preys on older folks. You get a call or a visit from a company claiming a concerned family member ordered you a medical alert device in case you have an emergency. They take your credit card or banking information, but you never receive anything. Just don't do it. Copycat website scam. You get an email, text message, or social media post about a terrific sale or exciting new product. You click through and it looks just like a popular retailer site, kind of like those ones we looked at earlier. But when you order, you either get a cheap counterfeit or you get nothing at all, and now they got your credit card. So I think I'll add also into this this link. What's the thing that fraudulent site? It's put out by the government. It's the fraud site that gives all the latest fraud
The FDA
alerts.
one?
Yeah,
FTC one?
Yeah, it's an FCC.
Federal Trade Commission one?
Okay, is that the one that we get?
Yeah.
Yeah, just recently you started getting that, and I get it also. Some of them I just skip, but it's basically kind of like the latest scams and fraud alerts. And all this isn't really to put fear into you, it's to get you to be aware and educated so you're smart and you know how to avoid these things. So, because they're out there. Yeah, Ted?
One of those things you're talking about, if you happen to get hacked in or talked into something about using your credit card, wouldn't that actually